Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to make a pair of earrings using some items from my stash. But the one thing I've never used before, but I think looks cool, crystals cording. So this is hollow in the middle, and you can cut it apparently with scissors or your flush cutters. And we're going to make some earrings with it. So let's turn down and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, we have this big hunk of cording. We're not going to use more than a few inches of it. We've got 2 bead caps, 2 bead caps each, and then 2 crystals each, as well as one of these little pave rhombuses for each one. This is a charm. It's going to go on the bottom. And then we're going to take our eye pins. Now, I have these these are older ones, which I haven't used for some time. I'm hoping they hold up fine. If not, then I will get some wire out and we'll make our own. But there is the rhombus on the bottom of this one. And then what we're going to do is have a crystal, a bead cap, and then we're going to decide how much of our crystal line we want to put on here, because it's going to go right down into there, and then it's going to cut, and then their other bead cap is going to go on the other end with the other crystal. Now, I don't want a lot because it'll make the earring long and thin. However, I want enough that the bead cap is going to, let's see, the bead cap goes in about this much. Oh, not as much as I thought. Even if I push it, it only goes about 1/4 of an inch. Okay. So if we want it about this long, then we want to cut about right here. So let's get our flush cutters out. And we'll just cut it right here. And then we will cut a second piece so that we have them the same length. So there we have 2 pieces. Uh-oh, this one feels just a touch longer than the other one. So I may cut just a little bit off of this other one here. Let's see when we straighten our tubes up if they're going to be exactly alike. It is just a hair's breadth longer, so I'm just going to take this and just cut this first little teeny bit off. Which just I think they're close to being the same now. So then we'll, like I say, we'll just put this through here, push it down into the bead cap pretty firmly so we don't have a worry about it coming out. Then we put our second bead cap over the top. Again, we want to squish them down pretty firmly together. And then we'll have a crystal on top. Now I could have cut these a little smaller. It looks like it is longer than I actually want it to be. So I'm considering going in and cutting some more of the crystal cord off. Maybe just, a little bit so it comes down here just a little bit further. So we'll cut them both off just about maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch. And we'll put this aside so we can use it for something else. It's sticky when you cut it. It's very intriguing. So now we'll cut this other one the same. There we go. Now I've got them, I think, about 1 inch long. It's about right. It's about 1 inch long. So we'll push this into here again, into our bead cap. get our other bead cap on and push them together, and then put our crystal on the top. It's a little crooked. There's how it's going to sit. So we're going to do the same with this one. Excuse my sniffles. I have a little bit of a cold. I got it the other day and I still have it a bit. So here's our little piece on here. Now we'll put the other pieces on. Start with the crystal, bead cap, little bit of crystal cord. Down you go. Put our other bead cap on. Now push them in with each other and put in our last crystal. Now let's see if we've got them squished relatively close to each other here. And they look pretty good. This one maybe could squish down a little more. See if it will. Oh, it fell. That came out of the cap. That's probably its problem. So, there we go, like so. Now we just need to wrap these up and put them on either some ear wires or some posts. And I'm leaning towards some posts. Because I have quite a few pretty pair of posts. So if I can find them, I have some really cool, there, these will work, triangular posts so that they sort of match the bottom even though they don't have a pave. So we'll put those up here on this side. So because we are, this definitely has a front and back because of the rhombus here, and these have a hole facing this direction, we want our circle to come this way. So now we'll get our stepped bell making pliers out, and we will make our loops in there, over and around and down, bring it over, leave a gap because we have got to put on our post. Oops, that's way forward, so we want to straighten that up some. Now we want to do the same with this one. Up and around and over. Bring her down and over, leave a gap. So there we go. So now this is definitely the front here, so we want to feed our ear wire or our post through this direction so that it comes around. Come on, baby, come around. So that when it's on now, you can see the little rhombus is in the front. So we'll grab hold of these, push the wires together, get our second pair of pliers, and wrap this up. So there is our first one finished. And now we're going to do the same with the second one. The rhombus is here, so we want to feed this backwards. There we go. Now she's on, facing this direction as she should be. We'll take our pliers, grab where they come together, and then we'll grab our, I didn't get both wires when I grabbed. We need both wires in there. There we go. Now we will wrap this baby up. My post is getting in my way. Dropped it. I get that little piece that's still out tucked in if possible. There we go. And there's our second earring. Now I need to get some backers for these, and then they are entirely finished. So there is the silver backers right there. Oops, I didn't need jump rings, but thank you for giving them to me. Now we'll just put these on the backs, and these are entirely finished. Now if you didn't want these as long as they are, you could always not put the crystals on. You do need the bead caps though to cover the bottom of your crystal cord here. Well, you don't have to, but it looks better. Boy, that stuff is really sticky. So that's cool. Anyway, there are our earrings all finished. Got a couple of little hunks here if I want to put them in something else later. And we'll put our cord back in its baggie so we don't get it all messed up and lost. And we'll put these two little pieces in here too. So there we go, all done. So our little rhombuses at the top match our little rhombuses at the bottom, other than they're not pave, of course, but I think they work good. There we go. There are our pave and silver cap. They're about a length I like, actually. But there we are. I hope you enjoyed making these with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we've been using some things from my stash, half of which I bought from Randy Brown, a Thunder Horse descendant, on one of her live sales. Now, I don't know if she has any of these. I know she doesn't have any more of the crystal cording left, but I don't know about the little pave rhinestone rhombuses. If so, they'd be on her website, thunderhorsedescendant.biz. And the bead caps, the crystals, and the posts, or ear studs as they call them, I got from Beadbox Bargains. So there we go. One pretty little pair of sparkly earrings. And I hope you enjoyed making those with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.